We are live at Suzilla.
We are live at Suzilla. Welcome to Wenatchee Insurance, the home of Susie McComb, Matt McComb, Shayla Winter, and Wenatchee Insurance, and the Susie at Wenatchee Insurance, where we do health insurance, Medicare, property insurance, cars, houses, that kind of stuff. If you want it insured, we'll certainly take a hard swing at it.
Yeah, we are definitely. The year of the dragon is almost here.
Yeah, the Lunar New Year hits. Lunar New Year begins on Saturday, the 10th.
Correct.
And that begins the year of the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever look up the combination of Year of the Dragon and Year of the Dog? Because Matt and I are both Year of the Dog.
Yeah, we got a whole pack at our house.
Yeah, we're all dogs.
For us, our primary trait's loyalty.
Right.
And
this is our loyalty is being challenged by the Year of the Dragon.
No, actually, for the wood dragon, which is this specifically, you want to focus on health and family. Yeah. For us dogs.
Yeah. But they do have a tendency to have some conflicts, and so we're kind of
the big conflict is an ox.
Oh yeah. This is definitely if you're an ox year, this is not your year.
It's weird because we talk a lot of numbers, but we get into
a little metaphysical,
and this is one of the ones that I remember as a kid. Going to the Chinese American restaurants, and what's this mean? And it was a whole different world.
Oh yeah, it's because we're Anglo American rather than Asian American.
Yeah, but there are specific things that we've been kind of focused on it for the last, I don't want to say 3-4 years.
The lunar New Year calendar, yeah, since the Year of the Tiger.
Tiger was the big one.
2 years ago, yeah, and then last year was the rabbit.
The rabbit,
and then this year's tiger. From what I understand, though, the year, like for example, we're Year of the Dog. So when the Year of the Dog comes around, that's usually the dog's hardest year.
Oh, could be.
The year that your sign is under is often the hardest year for you.
Okay.
I don't know exactly. You'd think it'd be the other way around, but that's not how it works with the lunar.
Well, it's the challenge and the tribulations. And remember, there's a lot of abundance and a lot of luck involved.
Oh, gosh.
When you come to that particular time frame.
Yeah. It's frankly, I just find it a little more fun than the Anglo horoscope, the Aries and Taurus. I just think I just find it more fun. And yeah, it's all just superstition and rigmarole, but it's entertaining, and it kind of gives you some interesting different perspectives on how to look at stuff,
Well, for instance, the prosperity and the red envelopes.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. That sharing of your personal abundance.
Which is important.
Which is a really good lesson that's kind of got lost on the Western world. Yeah.
Especially lately, we're just not doing very good at sharing with each other these days.
Yeah, and so it's like, do that. One of the big things is is the sharing of oranges, because the gold and the prosperity and the treat inside. The noodles. They actually got it's a millennial longevity noodle, where you make noodles as long as possible, so for good luck. There's some thought that goes into it.
Oh, it's absolutely there's thought goes into absolutely those thought.
And it's it's one of the things is part of our business is that the resets. Because we went through, it was it was absolutely the biggest open enrollment ever.
Oh yeah, it was a heck of a year. We've never had anything quite like it. We helped more people. We got more things going on with folks. We've got more people insured. We made more contacts. It was just an amazing, dense period of time, which is why you haven't heard much from us lately.
Yeah, I actually ran the numbers yesterday. We wrote 67% of the total number of policies that we did all of last year in those few weeks. That is a massive challenge. In fact, it almost beat out 2022's entire year.
Oh my gosh!
And beat out all the other years. That's on how many policies we managed to write.
Yep.
And this was done during a massive contract dispute between our former partner.
Yep. So we had the personal, we had business,
Mhm.
and then we had the subcategory business.
Yeah.
And it's been really, really challenging for
Mhm.
us, but it's also been an interesting life lesson. We're not done with it yet.
Oh, by no means, no.
No.
I mean, if it was about just money and prosperity for us, we would have at the last paycheck we would have got, we would have folded up, walked out of the building, and hundreds of people in our area would be without health insurance.
Exactly. We made a difference, and we're not stopping making a difference. It's just been really. We continued plowing forward because we support our community and we support this idea.
Yeah.
We've always looked at health insurance as a right, as something people need because it's not a perfect system. So health insurance helps make it a little bit easier for people.
Yeah, it's the concept that's lost. Is one of them is we write a lot of Apple Health policies.
We do. Apple Health, of course, being near Washington State Medicaid program. We don't get commissions for those.
Yeah.
Washington State does not give commissions to brokers who help with that, and that's fine. That's absolutely we acknowledge
that's their right to retain that money.
Exactly, and we acknowledge that, and we'd love to get paid for it. If you want to talk to your local legislators and say, "Hey, let's start giving these guys $50 to write in these policies," not even renewal, just give us a couple bucks. We'd be happy.
Pay your customer service people.
Yeah, pretty much. And we do maintain them we do maintenance on these clients all the time. And we acknowledge that sometimes we do eventually convert them to a paid policy where we do get commissions. But you know what? It doesn't matter because that's not why we started doing this. We started doing this to support our community, get people understanding how the Affordable Care Act worked because it was new when we started it, 10 years ago.
Actually, it's been longer than that.
Oh, gosh, it's 11? A long time ago.
Because this was our 11th open enrollment. Yeah. So I've been working on this for about 12 years.
Yeah.
Because I did the first checks. It's like, how does this work? And started looking at the very cost calculations.
Yeah.
And did oh my gosh, we need to get ahead of this.
Yeah. And we did. Yeah, well, Matt did. I didn't jump into the second year.
You were awesome that first year because you went to a lot of events with me. You baked cookies.
That's true, I did.
That was one of the things that we did early on was we gave classes on how this worked and how insurance worked, how these exchanges worked because it was
new.
It was
new to the
sort of
consumer.
It was sort of new.
It was not new to people who'd been doing certain types of property insurance, for example, but it was new to the general consumer. And it was definitely newish in the health lines.
Yeah, it was definitely, there are some companies that still to this day refuse to put a product out on an exchange.
And that's their prerogative.
That is their prerogative. And it reduces competition that way. There are companies that are on it that are definitely making strides to make a more monoline product. They will offer a product for Medicaid, and then they'll have a paid plan, and then they'll have a Medicare plan.
Oh yeah, we've run into that.
And then they're starting to channel with, hey, I've got a call center. To hey, I've got outreach in the community. To hey, I'm sponsoring individual agents.
Yeah, they've got captured agents is a phrase you're looking for there. But yeah, and that's again, it's a corporate strategy.
Yeah,
and that's fine. As long as they continue to contract with us, so we can help the broadest variety of people, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, because the big key element has a tendency to be those commissions because. I remember there was a period of time in Okanagan County the only plan up there did not offer commissions.
It's true.
And a lot of agents at that point walked away.
That's right. They wouldn't even touch it.
And
we did not. We expanded into that area.
Yeah, we actually consciously helped out that area as best we could.
Even though we knew we were not going to get paid for those policies, we knew those people needed our help.
Yeah. And it was, that was kind of an adventure. We're doing the same thing similar with property now. Is we built an independent agency. We had to find a kind of a blend that is unique to our area. So you're gonna if someone comes shopping, they'll see products that you are not going to see walking in. It's not a captured agent because we want that independence and that freedom to select and open up the marketplace.
Right. We want to give a choice to our clients.
Yeah.
And we might find exactly the right fit. We might not, and we encourage people to shop.
And that was one of the things that we were asked by marketing, and even our location here, we were asked several times, hey, you'll be the only insurance agent in the area
with this particular brand,
or you'll be the only insurance agent that is in this publication. And every time I've told the people in charge of that is like, we're not interested in that. And the reason we're not interested in that is that we actually welcome shopping. We want someone to go to the other guys and experience what they do. And because when they come through our door and they experience, the knowledge and how the care that they receive here, we want them to be able to make that educated choice of, oh my gosh, these are the right people for me.
Yes, absolutely.
And it was really last week. There was a new person that had wandered in, that had found us, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm going to be back. You guys have got good energy."
Yeah, that's literally what they said.
And that is an amazing feedback, because I was in the process of deleting, as I put it, all the cookies and all the smiles from our past partner had me scrub.
Yeah, we're doing a rebranding in a direction we had to go. We had to go a part B, plan B direction. But you know what? It is what it is. But has been very trying on Matt.
Yeah. It's a very personal at this point.
Yeah.
Because it is when I say this is a family, it really is a family agency. If someone says, don't take it personal, it's just business, it's like, no, my business is personal.
Yeah.
When I take care of and defend a client or talk with a client, yeah, it's personal. Health insurance, actually, all good, great insurance is very personal.
It is.
Because we're, we ask questions.
We ask deep questions.
I mean, on the health and life side, you're asking health questions. On the property side, it's, hey, are you, do you have a hazard? Are you taking off all the railings to your staircase? Or do you have a skateboard ramp in your backyard?
Well, sometimes they do.
Sometimes they do, because, are you trimming the trees around your apartment buildings, or you're creating a fire hazard?
Well, and the other thing to consider is you're also asking people, have you been careless? Have you had an accident? Have you caused an accident? You're poking sore spots with folks.
Oh yeah.
And with health insurance, we're digging into, how do you use your health insurance? Are you tackling chronic medical conditions? Are you healthy as a horse? Is there something that we need to know about so we can find the right policy for you?
Well, see, it's a little different with the health.
It is.
Because in the health, we
Health
want to make sure that how a person's spending health care doesn't line up with how the health insurance retain their money.
Okay.
Because if those ever line up, it's going to be very expensive to the client.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be like, for example, I'll throw out, they've got inhalers.
Yes.
We want to make sure that inhaler is covered to the best of the formulary's ability.
Right.
It's one of the things we look up. It's like, oh my gosh, here, is it a co-insurance of 50% or is it a $20 copay? $20 copay all day long.
Oh yeah.
And that's the direction when we start going through these plans. We make sure that hey, if your doctor doesn't take insurance, then yeah, that's not
this isn't the right plan for you.
This is not the right plan for you, or that's not a serious concern.
Mm-hmm.
It could be that, oh my gosh, every so often I'm downhill skiing and I got to be airlifted off the mountain.
Probably should think about what do you do if that's the case.
If that's the case,
are you accident prone?
Mm-hmm.
Are you a homebody? Where are you prone? Are you a couch potato that looks like you're looking at a heart attack? Or are you a adrenaline junkie who's going to forget to pull their parachute? Where do you land in that realm? And what kind of insurance fits you best?
Mm-hmm.
And those are the questions we have to ask, which is extremely personal and extremely intimate and extremely confidential, which is always something that happens in this office.
And that's one of the things that doesn't run out the door.
No.
It's in the grocery lines. We go, oh, did you hear about blah, blah, blah?
No, that never happens. Never happens.
I jokingly refer to, it's about $50,000 if we ever opened our trap. Because of how many laws there are. And
not only that, we would lose our license potentially.
Yeah.
It'd be the end of our careers. But that's why we keep everything confidential. And when everything's locked down. And that's part of the laws and the ethics of insurance is that confidentiality.
Oh, yeah. It's, we've always been kind of on the leading edge when we ran the enrollment center. Mm-hmm. We made sure that we had Shredder Supreme.
Oh, yeah.
I've currently got a Wolverine. It's just awesome.
It literally said, I thought it was a badger.
No, it's Wolverine.
It's a Wolverine. Their Shredder is called the Wolverine.
Uh-huh.
Because it goes.
It's why we put in an alarm system.
Yeah.
We want to defend our clients' information to the ultimate degree.
Absolutely. We don't mess around.
And it's why we have cyber experts computer experts that scrub our machines
and clean them up, make sure they're tight and clean,
and make sure the backups are there.
Yeah, exactly.
So we put a lot on the back end in protecting.
Yes.
And that's what that is a very important aspect in moving forward in this next year. Is that protection, and that protection of our clients, our protection of our co-workers, our protection of our families.
Mm-hmm. The protection it extends outward, clearly. Mm-hmm. I mean, we've got, the core, and then you've got, you can't see me doing this. I'm doing I'm doing a whole hand thing.
You're doing donut holes.
I'm doing donut holes. Yeah. It's like a pebble in a pond.
Mm-hmm.
You got the pebble and then the rings that expand outward. And people within our circle of trust, they have our protections. If you're out of that, you don't have our protections.
Mm-hmm. Now, we've put a lot of forward energy. Susie, mentioned Wenatchee Insurance.
Yes.
That actually came to play in 2022.
Something like that, yeah.
Originally, we were looking at using Team McComb, which was 7 years before that.
Yeah.
It was partnership, and when we started to work on this next entity, we discovered that we needed an LLC in place.
Yeah, and so we created Wenatchee Insurance because it wasn't just the McCombs anymore.
Well, it wasn't just the McComb.
Part of it.
That was part of it, but it was the contractual requirements that we had to open up the property line. So it really made sense to have that next level of extension and move along. Our previous partner, they when they went and did an LLC, no problem with it. And it made sense for us to do do a similar move with that LLC. And that's kind of how we, evolve. We look around, look at our peers, see what they're doing, see what works, what does not work, and what works best for the community.
Exactly.
So we put that groundwork together. I think I've had the sign up behind me, Wenatchee Insurance, since November of 2022.
Yeah, I think that was about when it showed up.
Yeah, it took a while for that to show up.
But it's really cool.
It is. We had that shipped in from the Ukraine because I wanted a moth sign to bring in more that nature feel.
Yeah. It looks really good. It's held up really well. You can see that one end of it gets a little more solar temperature because it's a little less fluffy than the other end. But that's okay. You could probably hit it with some water and make freshen it up.
No, they
said don't do that.
Yeah, they said don't do that. It's one of those things. Eventually, you have to.
We'll have to demoss it and
remoss it.
Well, that's one of those. These are the moss that they have is the stuff you can get like at railroad supply stuff.
Yeah, but most of the railroad supply stops are dying out.
Oh well, you could still they still have internet.
They still have internet.
It can still be purchased by hobbyists on the internet.
Yeah.
So yeah, eventually we'll probably have to refresh it, but right now it still looks really good.
So yeah, you build these things and yeah, they sometimes they take years to come to fruition. And Wenatchee Insurance is something that we've talked about for years. Of doing it right, and it's starting to really take off and do some really good things.
We're really proud of it. And it's going to be, here we are at the beginning of February, and we've had, January was challenging for a lot of different reasons, but it was still a growth month for Wenatchee Insurance.
Well, it was weird because looking at the numbers, 2023 we did, it was 107 new prospects overall, and that was 2023. In 2024, we did 100.
Okay.
So it's very comparable in the number of prospects that came through the door, and this was without any outreach.
Yeah, with almost no outreach.
Because that was one of the things that we got stifled on was
yeah, we've had to scale back on our marketing and our outreach. So if you don't hear us on the radio as much, it's because we're working our budget closely this year. You'll hear more from us in 25 most likely.
Oh yeah, because we the minute we have outreach, we can go out into our local community again and continue that contribution level and spread it out. It takes time, it takes money, it takes effort. We lost a few, good partners along the way, and we fully expect to pick at least one of those back up down the road because they are. They saw what we did. They see our contribution and our level of outreach, and we do things like no other, and that's really, really important and really, really genuine. And that's one of the biggest things about moving forward in that manner is like, where's your genuine self?
Yeah. If we're not true to ourselves, if we're not genuine, then it's going to show in our interactions with people. You cannot be fake in this world.
Can't be fake in this industry.
No, in this industry especially. Well, and then that just can't be fake.
Yeah.
It's just not in him.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. No, you say people wear their emotions on their sleeves. Like, he can put a hat on that sleeve, but it's still there.
Yeah. It is one of those things that I am probably not the best poker player in the world.
No. He's not bad, but I know
I'm not bad. But that's for funsies. This is reality, and I make sure that there are certain things I don't joke about.
Yeah, absolutely. And people's lives and their health is one of them. Yeah.
So
including our own lives.
And well, we are moving forward. We're moving forward at a rapid pace. I didn't expect us to have a sparkle sign in front of our door as quickly as we did.
Oh yeah, we've got a new sign at our office at 413 North Mission. Swing by and see it. It says Wenatchee Insurance. It's gorgeous. It looks like a sparkly superhero logo.
Yeah, and that was by design. We used the sign source a couple doors down.
Thank you, Nikki.
Yeah, Nikki's great people.
Thank you, Zeb, for putting it up so timely and efficiently.
Yeah, they we have business partners. As soon as they started hearing our story and oh my gosh, how can I help? And we get that response a lot. Is like, oh my gosh. There are two reactions. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Mm-hmm.
And the other response is, oh my gosh, how can I help?
Mm-hmm. And sometimes they're both.
Sometimes they're both. I had a lot of people apologize to us over the last 2 months.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I wish I could help. Again, I wish I could help a lot.
And the biggest, hey, if you know someone that needs that wants to have a quality insurance person represent them,
that's us.
Stop on. We can definitely take a look at what you got and put together a package. And if you like it, woohoo!
If you don't, well,
if you don't, you've got a resource, because we're not going to turn you away.
No, we're not going anywhere.
So hey, everyone, have a great year.
Yes, indeed. 2024 is going to be fun. It's going to be a good year. It's been a challenging month, but we're into it, and I'm looking like this is going to be a strong year for us.
Yeah. So hey, everyone, have a great day. Susie and Wenatchee Insurance is up and running. And we will be answering questions along the way. If you drop in on our Facebook page and have some questions, let us know, and we can probably
answer them, or at least get you someone who can.
Yep.
Our address is the same. Our phone number is the same. We are Wenatchee Insurance, and I am the Susie at Wenatchee Insurance.
All right, bye-bye.